Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7 metros 20 por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro. Y haces así, se la pasas mal.
What do you see?
A duck.
Danny, what do you see?
Predominantly I see the rabbit.
This is the most difficult thing in a football club. And in the process that we are in right now, even harder. My only aim...
If no, we don't win this match. Because here, one player here, totally free, and the other here, and Gabi has to come to stop the shot. It's focus, guys. Focus and heart. I don't ask you anything else. Nothing else. But I want to see a different team there, guys. A completely different team. A team. Now I don't see a team. I don't see a team that wants to play in the Champions League. You want to play in the Champions League? Play to play in the Champions League.
You don't have future. You can never make it. You're supposed to be a dinner man, serving dinner to this.
And yes, welcome people. Welcome back to Uncomfortable Conversations. And I've got today Shane. Shane, big up to the chat as well. Big up to everyone there. Unfortunately, the story of Arsenal, man. The Arsenal roundabout. That is the sickest name in the game. I'll be honest. Do you know what it is, yeah? When it comes to this club, I don't know if it's PTSD or it's something to do with it. Did someone, I don't know, put a spell on this club? I don't know what it is, but we're back to square one. Shane, a lot of people are telling me that it's 18 games unbeaten, but all I'm seeing is 7 points dropped.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. That's all I'm seeing. Shane, how are we feeling, man?
Yeah, look, I was saying it today and yesterday on my show that people are saying that they're gutted, that they're furious and stuff like that. I said, well, for the likes of me, Rashid, Views, Lee, we're prepared for this fall because we know it's coming. If you know a fall is coming, you put your hands out to stop it. And it hurts, but not as much. If you're living in Cloud Cuckoo land like these top gooners and you fall, they don't have their hands out. They're not ready for it. So they fall flat in their face and it hurts a lot more. We're ready for it, man. You know what I mean? We are fucking ready for it because we know what's coming. This isn't a shock. This has been coming. This has been 7 points dropped in the last out of possible 15. This isn't just a one-off. This has been coming. And it will come again a couple of times before the Christmas period's out. Probably 2 or 3 times. 2 draws. We drew all the time last year. This manager's a coward. We've known it. He's proven it recently. The mask is slipping a little bit now. The likes of Keown are getting found out for their bollocks. You know what I mean? He was giving that guy man of the match before the game kicked off. Because he even said it as he gave it all for all the people questioning Eze being moved out to the left. You are on the payroll, mate. You are on the payroll, and it's an absolute disgrace. And as DJB said, he was giving him man of the match for the only reason that if somehow one of the sycophants in Arteta's press conference actually has the balls to ask him, why would you drop Eze? He can go, well, Martin Odegaard, we got man of the match, didn't he? This is all a fucking, it's all connected and it's all falling apart. These guys are so predictable, Rashid. I said the day of the match, I said, you know what? Canton and all these guys, their headline tomorrow morning will be 18 unbeaten comes to an end. It'll be fans go into overreaction, meltdown. Exactly, and it's exactly what they did. Canton lined up 5 or 6 of his loyal listeners to come on and say things like, well, the injuries are nothing to do with Arteta. And, it's 18 games unbeaten. And, Arteta's a great man. And can you find anything that's wrong with Arteta? No, I can't. It was all strategically lined up, but it's starting to fall apart. They have nowhere left to hide. I don't want to hear injuries. Big up to Curtis Shaw today, man. He had a proper meltdown. And he's the same as me. He's just saying, I don't want to hear in. Do not tell me about injuries. Because he's caused them all. He has caused them all. Obviously, not all of them, but he's caused the vast majority of them. And the ones that he hasn't caused, he's rushed these players back and ruined them anyway. So I don't want to hear injuries. I don't want to hear tiredness. I don't want to hear schedule. I don't want to hear we've got the tough away games out of the way, because this guy is liable to lose any fucking upcoming game. And he will rest several players, including Declan Rice, for the Bruges game, because the pressure's on now. And then he will go straight back to type again. Then Rice will play every game after that, because then he knows that his goons that are out there can say, well, he rested him against Bruges, didn't he? So he will rest Rice against Bruges. He'll probably rest 2 or 3 other players, and then that's it. Then you'll never see it again, because this guy is a scumbag.
So when you ask them, the Declan Rice, the whole season he hasn't been rested, they'll be like, no, it's incorrect. Exactly.
That's why he'll do it. That's why he'll do it. That's why he'll do it. He did it. People go, he rested him against Forest. No. He picked up an injury the game before. He still put him on the bench, and he brought him on for the last half hour when we were 3-0 up. Facts. That's not resting someone, mate. That is not resting someone. But we'll get into all of that. We'll get into all of that, Rashid. I mean, how are you feeling after the game? Are you just the same?
Oh, man, you know what it is? I look at Arsenal a bit differently to other people. I look at Arsenal the way I don't trust this manager. So because I don't trust you, I'm always a bit, do you know what I'm saying? I'm always a bit skeptical with like the football and the ideas, and I just don't agree with his methods. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up to Views in the chat, big up Guna SE, big up Jalil. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just I don't agree with the methods. Since the beginning of the season, you could probably say the first 8 games, if it wasn't for set pieces, I don't think we would have won. I just don't think we would have won, and I can argue that with a lot of people. We can go game by game. We can actually, but what we have to do is rewatch the game. That's the problem. We have to rewatch the game and point out some. Like, for example, he was talking about that Aston Villa game, and he was like, oh, the players made a mistake. How about we talk about your tactics? How about you brought in players like for like and didn't change anything in that formation? The formation stayed 4-3-3 the same. Kept on Odegaard for 90 minutes.
All 3 midfielders, start to finish. We were getting overrun in midfield, Rashid, and he didn't change the midfield.
First ball through the middle. Do you know how many passes were through the middle that split the midfield wide open? Zubimendi, you saw that Zubimendi's struggling, take him off. Whether you rate him or not, do you see, these are the little things that I talk about, Shane. Whether you rate him or not, if you do rate Zubimendi, that's okay. I understand, because Zubimendi's got a bit of, passing. He can do the little stuff, but you're seeing him that against physical teams, he is struggling. Take him off.
Yeah.
Bring on somebody else. And you should have thought of that when we started the season. When we told you lot that Partey can defend and attack way better than Zubimendi. Yeah. So we needed someone of Partey's ilk. So to keep Partey was cheaper than to go out and buy somebody else. Oh, but Zubimendi won the Euro. Yeah, cool. We wanted Zubimendi. But we wanted someone else for these games. There's certain games that Zubimendi doesn't, you know what I'm saying, doesn't fit. And especially these games, you've seen how we struggle against physical teams. I know people would say, because when you look at it, you'll see the wins and you'll be like, okay, Arsenal are breezing teams. No, we weren't breezing teams. Nope. There were so many teams that could have took their chances. We can go back to the Fulham game where Wilson scored a crazy goal. That's why that was an amazing goal, by the way. Wilson could have took his chances, different story. Do you know what I'm saying? Mbeumo from Man United could have took his chances, a different story. See, these are the little things that I'll be watching. And then part of me would say, hey, do you know what? How about maybe it happens? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll defend our way through the title. Maybe the set pieces will actually work, like to actually go in and your plan to only be set pieces, because you see how flat we are against Aston Villa. Since Gabriel was out of the team, you saw how flat we are. Especially, I'm talking about when Odegaard's on the pitch. When Eze's on the pitch, different story. But as you can see, there's favoritism. So Eze was gonna kind of save Arsenal, to be honest, or save Arteta, but he still won, because think about it, Shane. Yeah, you've got Odegaard. You bought him, put him as a captain. You told the people that you're going to build the team around him, so you already sold the story to the people. What are you going to tell them when you say, "Oh, Odegaard's going to be on the bench and he's probably not going to get any game time"? If there was no favorites in this team, Odegaard will probably get 20 minutes a game, because Eze was just, blasting teams. He was doing very well in that midfield. Do you know what I'm saying? Even like that hat trick against Tottenham can tell you a lot about what that player can bring. So that was my feeling, really. I kind of I could see it coming. If it wasn't Aston Villa, it would have been another team. The thing is about City, I know that City are dropping points, but who told you that we're not going to drop points? Oh, we're not going to lose. Yes, we might not lose, but we'll draw. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you if you check right now, you see that we've lost 2 games. I think City lost 4 games. Double our games, but they're 2 points away. We're 2 points away. Do you know what I'm saying? So dropping points means drawing games as well. And I can see a lot of games being drew. Like we could have drew a lot of games. And Aston Villa was one of the games I thought that we were going to draw. And then when I saw on the pitch, when I started, as soon as I saw Watkins drop, what's his name? Hincapié, Robo in. You saw that position? Robo in. Dropping on his ass. I was like, oh, okay, oh shit. It's not going to be, it's going to be a harder game than expected. It's always a hard game against Emery. You know how it is. It's always personal with him. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's that was my really the feeling about this whole Arsenal situation. It's big up Green SE. That's Lee intro. Big up, man. FA Cup 3rd round. Jalil was saying we got Portsmouth.
Yeah, away.
It's good. He'll probably play a full team against Portsmouth.
Probably will.
This guy's a madman, man. Do you want to play Champions League? 100%. 100%. Big up, man. Big up. Big up Nat Star as well. Big up Nat Star, bro. Nat Star saying the crisis has started later than I thought it would, but I don't see us even winning the EFL Cup. Why did you believe that we were going to win? Because of this manager ultimately. See, this is the thing with this manager. People would sell you the idea of context at the end of the season. He's not going to win anything, but he's going to be in the conversations, a little second place, a little semi-final, maybe quarter-final, because of the amount of money you threw on it and the set pieces that can get you through a lot of games, and the defense, of course. So there's all, at the end of the season, there'll be like context. Right now, I was listening to Lee and the panel, big up to them, and I was like, they're trying to offer him a new contract before the end of the season. He hasn't won anything, Shane. I know it's not official. But they're trying. There's talks of, I don't know if you've heard about it. Have you heard about it, Shane?
I've heard it for a while now. I don't believe it, to be fair. I've heard about it for a while. No, I don't believe it. They'd be crazy to do that. Unless he's pushing for it, I don't know. But no, I think they'd be absolutely insane to do that when he hasn't won anything, especially with the way the injuries are going and stuff like that. I think it's all smoke and mirrors, man. I think it's the top gooners spreading it. I can't imagine. Do you believe they're offering him? They're coming up with a contract for him?
Do you know what? Yeah, with the momentum and how it's going and the 18 games, they can sell it to the people, no?
Well, they can do, but I mean, for their sake, I just don't think that they will. I think they'll know. They'll be a bit more skeptical about him than we will. They're close to it. They don't have top gooner glasses on.
I've got like two ideas. I could look at this 2 ways. One way I could say that maybe doesn't make money wise, doesn't make sense because he won't win anything. But like, then again, if the people are happy, your customers are happy. What if your customers are happy, Shane?
I just don't think they would have spent that much money in the summer if they weren't going for trophies now. There's no point in it.
That's a way of looking at it as well.
Because we could have got Champions League spending half of that. You should have been able to give him half of that and say, just get top 4. And he should have been able to, or they should have been able to foresee that he could. I just don't think that much investment is put in, especially when Havertz gets injured and they just go out and buy Eze the next day. You're not doing that for top 4. You know what I mean? Just for me, I don't think they are doing that anymore. That's what's turned me thinking that they do want trophies. The contract talk, if they did leak it, then it's just to keep the top gooners happy for a while. I don't know. I don't believe it. I think they'll wait till the end of the season, and then they'll either sack him or because they could give him a contract now. We could end up slipping outside the fucking top 2 easily, lose a couple of games. They're looking at the injuries. People forget that these players are their investment. And they've already ripped up Tomiyasu's contract. They go, fucking hell. People think that when they rip up his contract that we don't pay. You give him about half of what he was going to get. You still had to give him about £30 million to get rid of him. They're looking at Jesus. We'll never sell him. They're looking at Havertz going, he's going to break down again. Bert will be telling them about Saka. Don't give him a contract yet. He could be ruined. Look at what he is. So there's a lot of stuff that we see that is starting to be talked about now, funnily enough. Stuff we've been saying for 2 or 3 years. And the more losses he gets, the more it's going to come out. And I think that I've said it for time that when this guy goes, it'll happen quickly. It'll be everybody's behind him. He's the best manager in the world and all that. Something will come out. Something will come out the next day, and it'll go bang, 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 and it will happen very, very quickly. And it feels at the moment that there's a few people starting to go, I don't know. The Keown thing has really backfired. That has really backfired because now other people are looking at it going, those guys like Rashid, they weren't crazy when they were saying that these guys are on the payroll because there was no way Martin Odegaard was man of the match. So they're starting to say, well, were they fucking telling the truth the whole time? I thought they were crazy conspiracy theorists. No, this is what goes on. As View says, this is $1 billion business, man. The people are going to be crooked. People are going to get their head turned. People are, and Aaron said it about someone like Keown, a born winner like that. Your character, you can try and change it, but you there's no way you change as much as he has to this. Oh, it's all fun and it's all this and it's all... There's no way he is... A player like him, a man like him, cannot talk the way he is without being influenced. It's not possible. You can't change that much.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I just see the mood changing and I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. And if they do, I don't know if I could take it, Rashid. I don't know if I could take this guy getting another contract. I can't do another 2 or 3 years of him in charge.
Listen, I'm just saying from like them because I've been, Arsenal over the season, over the years, even when the Kroenkes took over, it was always about the fans being happy. We were happy with Wenger. He had credit in the bank, and then when it went a bit too much, then Arsenal kind of like pushed the button on Wenger, and then Emery. Everybody didn't really like Emery. Everybody didn't like him. I don't know if it was the English. I don't know what it was.
I had no issue with him, actually, to be fair.
Huh?
I didn't have an issue with Emery, to be fair. I know a lot of people didn't like him, but I was quite supportive of him.
I feel like you always have to give like 1-2 years to a manager.
Three maximum, I think.
Yeah, three's being generous, isn't it?
Three's
with
being
this
generous.
manager. 3 with this manager.
Was too much.
The one when we got 5th, we lost it to Tottenham.
Sacked. Should have been sacked.
That's when I was
2 8-place finishes and a 5th. 2 8-place finishes and a 5th. Get out.
No. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
The other day we were talking to this on the fence Gooner. He was like, "Oh, but he got us out of the mud." I told him, myth, bro. We got 5th. We got 5th with that team, and he got 8th. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And he was 2 points away from like top 4.
And it took him 3 years to match Emery's points total.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
he still hasn't matched his unbeaten streak. 22 games, still hasn't matched it.
Yeah. And how many players did he let go and then went on to win trophies in other teams, in other leagues, in other? We can be here all day, just naming players that went out there and won. Do you know what I'm saying? Even players that people made profit off. We didn't even profit off them. It's crazy.
Yeah, just rip up the contract. Yeah,
it's crazy. Who needs to worry about rival player guys? When I'm manager, guys, I can injure my players, guys.
Yeah.
Facts, man. Facts. What cost us any chance of winning the PL draws when you're going for a title draws as bad as loss? Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. That's what I mean. That's why people have this chest and they're always like cocky with it, and they're like, "Yo, who are we gonna lose to? It's not about losing. It's about drawing games. Because you can't lose when you have 10 man in the box all the time.
Rashid, you can draw every game in the season and get relegated on
Facts.
38 points. You know what I mean? They don't understand it. Or if you draw 2 games in a row, if you went for the win in one of them and got it, and lost it the second time, you'd still have more points because you'd have 3 points instead of 2. Always go for the win. Wenger said that. Just go for the win all the time. A draw is no use in going for a league. And then you look at, and big up to Robert put it in, someone was in my chat today, a Top Gooner, who said that our loss to Villa was better than Liverpool's draw with Leeds. A loss was better than a draw. You know what I mean? Like, how can a loss ever be better than anything? This is how their mind works, because they're brainwashed. They are brainwashed at this point. And then you do look at the Top Gooner channels, and you see them coming out, and it's all about get behind the boys, and you know, like you had that Creatine Dan lad saying, "Fucking, oh, when I said that Rice is on the verge of breaking down, he needs a rest. He's a machine." He said to me a week ago. Then he's outside Villa Park going, "Give him a rest." You shot me down a week ago.
That's the thing. No accountability with these guys. I swear to God, no accountability. But it is what it is. They'll learn. You know, this is the thing about with Arteta. Yeah, this is what I found out. You know, we have like 6 years of this guy, Shane. I've been watching him for 6 years, 7 years. I've been watching this guy. Do you know what I'm saying? It is battles with him. You know the 18 games that he was talking about? That happened before. You won 18 games before as well. I mean, even if it's not 18, you went on streaks. It's not about that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about what you do when it really matters. When it matters, that's when it really matters. That's when we want you to step up. And the reason, and Arsenal's always, well, our biggest problem was always when it really matters. Do you get me? You know what I told my friend the other day? I told him if Bayern Munich, if we met Bayern Munich in the semi-final, I'm not just saying it now, not because we lost to Aston Villa. If we met them in the semi-final, they would have beat us. They would have beat us.
Yeah, they do us. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Come on, Rashid, are you mad?" No, I was telling him, I know what I'm saying. That was a game. Thank you, PSG. Yeah. Do you get it? That's where it is.
They don't get it. It's when it comes to the pressure, this guy crumbles. And I get tired of saying it, Rashid, and we all know it. The last 7 semi-final matches, we scored 1 goal. 1 single goal in 7 matches. That just shows when it comes to the pressure, this guy fucking shits himself. You look at him in that Villa game, like you said, me and Views did a watch-along. And in the first couple of minutes, I said to him, we'll have the same midfield when the final whistle goes. The same 3 players will be in midfield. Clueless. Absolutely clueless. Emery took off a right back and brought on Buendia. He went for the fucking kill. They had us pinned back, and the second we scored, we let them back into it. And I had a raging argument with Sutcliffe about this on a panel during the summer. And I said, this manager's a fraud. Every time we take a lead, he sits back for 15 minutes and lets the team back into it. A team that hadn't had any of the ball, he lets them back into it. He gives them hope. Never happens. I'm at all the games. You're not at the games. I see them attacking. I said, we threw away 12 leads last season, mate. There is no way that we don't do that. And you can't throw away 12 leads if there's not something that you're doing that's causing it. You know, it's him sitting back. And he did it again against Villa. And Villa fans were in my chat. They were in DJB's chat. And they were saying things like, and Lee's chat. And they were saying, we couldn't believe it when you equalised and didn't kick on because our defence crumbles under pressure like that. But we equalised. They brought on Lindelof, man, and held us off. He knew he could bring on Lindelof. Fucking Lindelof, man. And took off a defender and left Lindelof to guard the defence on his own. So he knew he wouldn't go near him again. He knew he could throw on all the attackers and go all out for it. He brought on... This is a manager, right, who had his midfield. Kamara and Tielemans ran the show. They destroyed our midfield. Absolutely destroyed our midfield. They were both free transfers.
Was that your man of the match? Was it Kamara? You picked Kamara,
toss up. I picked Kamara, but a toss-up between him and Tielemans. Either one, I wouldn't be disappointed. It certainly wasn't fucking Martin Odegaard, mate. It certainly wasn't Martin Odegaard. He was dog shit. Yet again. Zubimendi, dog shit. Yet again. Calafiori, that is not just one of the worst performances I've ever seen of him. That's one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a defender, ever. I don't think he did one thing well. He kept the ball away every single time he got it. Going missing, leaving Eze on his own. Why is Eze playing left back? Why is Eze at left back? Eze started that game. This is just like the politics things he does, like he'll rest Rice against Bruges, right? And when I say rest him, he'll probably put him on the bench and still bring him on, right? But this is what he does. He dropped Eze against Brentford, right? Which we all knew. Straight away, Odegaard's back in. This is our midfield from now on. We all know it, right? Why he was such a politician that he knows, I can't drop him a second game in a row because people will go, okay, you've just dropped him. That's not, they might start to question me. So I'll give him a half out the wing. And if he doesn't have an absolute man-in-the-match performance in the first half, I'll hook him. And I'll get Trossard on, who was injured, by the way. So he looked at the bench And he admitted himself that Trossard wasn't fit.
Yeah.
We could only get a certain amount of minutes. Why is he on the bench? Put Downman on the bench. Why is he on the bench? He's injured. And then he looked at the bench and he went, I need to make a change. I need to bring on a winger at half-time. Madueke, yeah, I brought you to play left wing, even though he's not left winger. Martinelli, you come off the bench a lot and you do well. Ethan, you're a top young player. Do you know what? Now, give me the injured guy. Give me the injured guy. I'll put him on. And people want to say that this guy's a tactical genius and that the injuries aren't his fault. He had a stacked bench, Rashid, of 4 wingers, and he picked the injured one to come on. Make it make sense for me, please, because I can't figure out why he's not getting more bollocking for this.
No, 100%. I can't even. I don't know how they argue this shit. I really don't know. Lawrence is saying, big up. Lawrence is saying, watch Dumbateta sacrifice the FA Cup again against Portsmouth. I don't think it'll happen against Portsmouth. I don't know about Shane. I think like you agree with me, Shane. You agree?
Yeah, no, it'll be the first. Me and Jez said this on his show. We were discussing what trophies we'd win during the summer, and we all said none. But I said League Cup will be the first time you get a tough draw, especially a tough away draw, or a semi-final against a tough team, and FA Cup the same. As soon as we get a tough draw, it's over. So we'll get past them, no problem. We'll probably make 7-8 changes, and we'll smash them 5-1, and everybody go, yay! And they'll still bring on Gabriel and Rice and all off the bench. And then the second we get a tough draw, especially an away tough draw, then it's over. And I mean tough draw, I mean anyone in the top half of the Premier League away from home, we're gone. We're out of it then. That's the way it always goes with this guy, every single time.
100%. Facts. Anybody, man. But yeah, that's copy and paste, Lawrence. Copy and paste. Let's get into this game. Let's get into. I want to start with player ratings straight away, Shane. I mean, obviously, I want to hear your thoughts about the game in general as well. For first of all, before that,
yeah.
I was. They beat us in the midfield. They were faster than us. They were more hungry. Which I don't understand. How were they more hungrier to win?
More energy, Rashid.
More energy, and they wanted it more. I just felt like they wanted it more. Emery threw on attacking players.
That's Odegaard, mate. No spirit. He slows it down.
Exactly. On Odegaard, oh my days. This is the thing about Odegaard. This is what I don't get. Eze was balling out, not just last week. He was balling out. How could he not get a chance? Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Tex in the chat. How could he not get that chance? I just don't understand. Put him to the left, and you know how Eze, he barely touches the ball on the left. I'll be honest with you. He barely touches. We'll get into the player ratings. Obviously, we'll talk about him more, but you know how it is. And it's all flat. It goes back to you remember the midfield? That was shit before. Do you know what I'm saying? That the midfield that we couldn't win the league before with. It's even worse because we got Zubimendi instead of Partey.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it in the summer, Rashid, that the people don't see it. It's worse midfield. We have the same team as last season, but weaker.
Weaker, yeah, exactly. And that's what we were talking about in the summer. They were like, no, Zubimendi, Spanish international. We're not saying he's shit. He's weaker than Partey. Partey's a better all-round midfielder than him. But that's what it is. And they just wanted it more, Shane, innit? They just wanted it more. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing with the wanting it more, we didn't have the energy to compete. We're run into the ground because these players are all shattered. We've known it for time, and we say it to everybody who will listen. They've been run into the ground. So look, the thing is, any midfield with Odegaard in it isn't going to be competitive. Oh, his high press, his high this. Okay, he might harry around the other team, but he's not going to go in and leave a shoulder in and lay down a marker. He'll cut out passes. He'll cut out passes, or he'll harry them into making a loose pass or something like that. But he's not going to. He's not Declan Rice, and Declan Rice was absolutely shattered from the workout and injured. By the way, he went off injured against Brentford. Yeah. Let's not dress it up as anything else. He went off injured. He was pointing at his calf, and then a big up the vigilante who sent a video around of when he's coming off with a sock roll down. He was already strapped up, so he injured an injury against Brentford, and then he plays the full match. So how can you get anything out of him? And even Creatine Dan was saying, "Oh yeah, when I saw Skelly come on, Rice was looking over like, oh please let it be me." Yeah, you know what I mean? Because he's fucking ruined, man. This guy is ruined. So we had a midfield of Zubimendi, who you're never going to be competitive with him in midfield. He's a wimp. You know what I mean? And then we had Rice, who was shattered, and Odegaard, who's a pansy, and who's never going to be good enough. They had 3 midfielders that can all tackle and can all play with the ball. And they absolutely bullied us. So they had 2 free transfers in midfield. and John McGinn, right? So this is what they were able to absolutely, and Onana, they were able to absolutely boss us. And if you add up, I've said this before as well, all 9 of their midfielders that they have on their books, it costs less than Declan Rice. And this guy wants to come in about Emery. Emery is built that he's 3 points off super duper Mick when he wasn't able to spend any money in the summer. And this thing about him at PSG does my head in. He won the league, he won 2 cups, he won the Coupe de France twice, and he won I think it was the Trophy des Champions, which I think is their Community Shield twice, if you want to count plates as well. So I think he won 7 trophies in 2 years at PSG. But yeah, he was a flop, by the way, because he threw away one semi-final leg against a prime Barcelona. Make that make sense. But he got schooled. We got schooled from start to finish. From their bench, the manager schooled our manager because they have an actual manager. Our players got schooled on passion, on how to go for a win, on how not to settle for a draw. And it was a schooling from start to finish. And this washed Emery, who wasn't allowed to spend any money in the summer, absolutely schooled a manager who was spent a fucking $250 million in the summer and can't get the best out of any of his players.
People are forgetting that Emery started the first 4 games, scored 0 goals. People are forgetting that, and now he's second place. I'm not saying that he's in the. Do you know what I told them, Shane, when they told me
third place, a point off City.
Third place, sorry, yeah. Do you know when they asked me about Arsenal and if they're going to win the league, and one of my friends was like, "But you're saying Arsenal are not going to win the league?" I told him, "Yeah, they're not going to win the league." He was like, "Then who is?" Because, City were dropping points, Liverpool were dropping points. I told him anybody that's second. Anybody that's second is going to win the league. Anybody that's second. Anybody that keeps up. That keeps up with us is going to win the league. Because this is the thing about this team. This team's problem is when it is under pressure. People need to understand that. That was a pressure moment last game. That was a pressure. That wasn't a Brentford or a little game against Wolverhampton. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a pressure moment. We're not going to be dumb and say, "Oh, we're gonna lose the game against Wolverhampton." No. Do you know what I'm saying? All the games are hard. Don't get me wrong. I've seen all the teams have chances to put us to sleep in the first, and usually they're the ones that have the first chances, isn't it? Usually our opponents are the ones that have the chances before we get into the game, or we get a set piece, or that changes the game. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but that's the thing, man. We're just gonna have to wait and see with these, man. It's just battles, not wars. That's what I'm gonna say, Shane. It's battles, not wars. But let's get into these player ratings, Shane. Yeah, Raya,
0 for everybody except for Royce. No, come on, no.
Straight away, yeah.
No, Raya was very good, wasn't he? Raya,
he was my man of the match. Was he yours?
Yeah. Well, for us, as an Arsenal player,
yeah,
only because he had to be, and only because their shooting boots weren't on. Why Watkins after he bodied Timber and Nketiah, by the way, why did he just slot it into the near post? He went back across the keeper. If he had just put that into the side, he has him. So Raya had to be man of the match. He wasn't wonderful. He didn't make any world-class saves or anything like that, and a lot of the shots were straight at him, but he did what he needed to do. He was dodgy on the ball a couple of times. Again, that's really creeping back in for him, by the way, the last 2 games. Again, pressure. This guy, I've noticed that with him. With pressure, Emery flops under pressure. Yeah, many trophies has he won? Fuck, these people, man, I swear to God. So yeah, I'd give him a 7. I'd give him a 7 because he was the only sort of player that did anything for us.
That's not a bad bunch. I get it. Let's go Calafiori. Start from the left. Calafiori gave away the ball. Positioning was horrific. Went back to the usual Calafiori. He went back to the usual Calafiori. I mean, he got tested. He got tested this game and he folded. I feel like Calafiori was terrible, man. Free.
I'd give him a 2. I'd give him a 2. He was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. One of the worst performances I've ever seen from a defender. Terrible. No, I can only give him a 2, and he's lucky to get it.
Fair. Let's go Hincapie, bro, he got bodied by Watkins so many times. By the way, that's not the only time. There was so many times during that game Watkins could have scored. I think he had 2-3 chances. He should have buried one of them.
Yeah, he should have.
He should have buried one of them. But he got bodied by Watkins. That alone, it tells you a lot. Hincapie, I'll go 3.5, something like that. Better than Calafiori, maybe a little bit.
Nketiah, first half was dreadful. And me and Views called it as well. His problem is he can't be one of two centre backs. One of three centre backs, he's great, or left back, he's fine. One of two centre backs, he's like a dog. He follows the ball too much. You know what I mean? When you're a centre back, you have to hold your position sometimes.
Yeah,
and he's chasing the ball. And I know it's determination, and maybe you could iron it out of him, but I don't think at his age you could. And I said he's got.
Isn't that kind of like a, not to cut you off, but isn't it kind of like a South American kind of football? That this is how they defend. Because I saw it in Otamendi, I saw it in Romero.
Yeah,
it's the same kind of thing, right?
Same kind of thing. Colo Torre, you know, he's African, he had it. But Arteta, Wenger ironed it out of him a little. Now, he always had a bit of it where Sol Campbell would just hold the middle and he'd go run around like a dog with a postman, snapping at people. But it worked really well. But between Nketiah, I think he could. And you know what? Credit where credit's due.
So he needs a leader with him.
But if there's any manager that can iron it out of him, it probably is Arteta. I'll give him credit for that. He is able to get bozo moments out of it. He turns them into robots. So, like, I mean, if he had time with him, but I just don't think he's a centre-back of two. And I think his first half he was dreadful. Second half he really came into his own. But a lot of these last-ditch tackles and stuff he makes are because he gets caught out of position. You know what I mean? So you can't really, and as I always use Taryn's saying, you can't really get credit for putting out fire as you started. So I don't really give defenders credit for that. If they're the ones getting caught out of position and then making a last-ditch tackle, it kind of cancels it out. So I'd give him a 5. I'd give him a 5 because he did pick it up in the second half. So I'll give him a 5.
Okay then. I'll change it to 4. Big up BBK though. Big up BBK. Let's go Timber. I feel like Timber wasn't positionally, he wasn't doing well. But I can't remember. There was some mistakes there. I just don't know with Timber. I don't think. I mean, he's not a centre back, right? But he is a centre back. I heard that he plays as a centre back, but I wouldn't put him as a centre back. Do you get what I'm trying to say here, Shane? He's played before as a centre back, but I wouldn't. In my team, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be. But I don't know. 4, same as Nketiah. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah. I think a 4. I think. He didn't really do anything wrong, really. Out of position again, he was a bit. I saw him overlapping like a right back at stages. I was like, what are you doing? Did you just forget that you're playing at centre back? I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5 because he was solid. And I'll give him, I'll give him a 5 because he was out. I consider he's out of position now, you would say. I know he plays centre back for Holland, but I think that's of a 3 as well. I could be wrong. But no, he was out of position. He looked tired, you know, which he is tired. And I'll give him a 5 just because he tried and I love the guy as well. And he didn't really make any glaring errors, but he didn't really impose himself on the game the way he does at right back.
Facts. Ben White.
Again, I feel for him, mate. I feel for him. He can't run the way he used to. There was a foot race between him and I think it was Maatsen in the 60-ish minute. And he had about a 5-yard start and he couldn't keep up. He's gone. His career's been ruined by this guy. Ruined by
his career's over.
His career at the top. His career at the top is over.
Yeah.
Down, go back to Leeds or something like that and do a job as one of 3 centre backs again, where he has people running around from. But this guy has played him on grade 3 hamstrings.
Or just be like a rotational player that plays in Carabao Cups and FA Cups and. No,
yeah, I guess he could be, but
not against the big teams. Not against the big teams.
Yeah, but then may as well have a kid doing that. You may as well have someone from the youth team doing that. You know what I mean? If that's going to be the case, I feel for him because I love Ben White.
Right?
Yeah, I think Ben White was one of the best right backs in the league for a couple of years.
Yeah,
but he's absolutely destroyed him. He can't keep up. And you know what, Rashid? This was my fear because if Timber has to play 4 or 5 games now at centre back, if Saliba is too injured to be rushed back. White drop as well. He can't do 3 or 4 games in a row. You'll see him drop before Christmas, I'd say. And even if he does drop, we mightn't know about it because he'll just keep playing him, and he'll absolutely obliterate his career. You know what I mean? So he already has ruined it. But I feel for these guys. I feel for Saka. He got caught out trying to track back as well. He can't keep up anymore, and it's all down to this manager, man. People are blind to it. They don't want to admit it, but listen, we keep the receipts over here, and people come around in the end. But Ben White, for effort, and because it's not his fault, I'll give him a 6.
Facts. Fair enough. Zubimendi, I was kind of surprised with the 6. Zubimendi got bullied in that midfield. We just need to. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is with Zubimendi? Like, there's certain games you just don't play in. Sunderland, Everton.
No, would have been more suited to it, Rashid. because he's played, and Norgard would have actually been more suited to that game.
Yes,
because he's battled in the Premier League many times. That was the one time to bring him in.
At least he's stronger than Zubimendi, right?
He's played in the Premier League for years, and he's been at a team that has to battle all the time, like Brentford. That would have made more sense to play him.
What would you say to this, Shane? Before we go back to Zubimendi, Lawrence is saying Keown is saying. I mean Keown, bro. I don't. You know, Shane. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, you see these legends of the club that I used to respect. I lose respect for you as soon as you sell your soul. I know it's money, whatever, but I'm sorry. No. Like, I don't like Ian Wright the same way I used to like him. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And that's the problem. And we were talking about that, Rashid, saying like he was my first favorite player. I wanted to be him. I love him. I still love him. Do you know what? I still love him. I am able still, right, as we speak now, I am able to separate the player from the guy who's maybe struggling for money and is selling his soul.
Yeah.
I'm able to separate.
They're two different.
I don't respect the man Keown has become, but I'll always respect what he did. Always I'll be able to separate it. But this Odegaard thing has blown up in his face because this is going to grow now. This has lifted the curtain back just a little bit too much, and people have got to peek in behind and said, "Fuck me, man! There's definitely something going on here." Because I'm telling you, man, it's starting to catch fire now. It's starting to catch fire on the internet and all. Talk sport.
No, it is a drag. It is a drag. Like he just made a. I don't know if did he say it for clicks? Did he say it to spark a conversation?
The Odegaard thing. The Odegaard thing. It was the cover for. It was the cover for the manager dropping Eze. I'm telling you right now. It was the cover for the Eze thing because he even. I have to go back and look at it because I was furious at the time doing the watch along. But he said something along the lines of, for the people that questioned Eze being dropped. He mentioned it, right? So. I've said this for time since the match, that unless we had lost 3-0, right? Yeah. Unless Odegaard had the worst game you've ever seen where it's just indefensible, you know, he's missed penalties and stuff like that. He was getting that man of the match before the game kicked off. Keown was giving him man of the match before that game kicked off to cover for his fucking manager dropping Eze because he knew that the Eze question would be asked. And then once he did it, and if like I said earlier, if one of these sycophantic reporters had the balls to say, sorry, Mikel, but Eze was scoring hat-tricks and stuff, and now you've moved him out of position. Yeah. Well, Martin got man of the match, didn't he? Done. Yeah. Over with. I'm telling you right now, man, these guys are scumbags. And as much as I love them as players, Lee Dixon, you pulled it up, Rashid, and I had seen it. He said he put Rice over Roy Keane.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're not even trying to hide it anymore. You're not even trying to hide it. Like, fuck me, man. Oh,
howler, absolute howler from Lee Dixon, bro. When I was, did you see the full video? Bunch of howlers.
Oh, bunch of howlers. It's relentless.
Big up though, big up Lawrence though. Big up Footy Matters as well. Big up Footy Matters.
But yeah, Zubimendi won. I'll give him a 1.
That straight away, Shane. Yeah, we just can't play him in these games, Shane. Can we? We just can't. These physical, these physical games. It's just not him.
For the goal, for the second goal.
And
Odegaard's behind him doing this. Like fucking hell, man. That's catching fire as well. They're mixing that up with the and fair play to Views, man. Views was live this morning. He said that Odegaard, because Odegaard, the clip of him, he's going like this behind the goal and behind Buendia when he hits it, and Views is saying, "Oh, he's like your man in the in-betweeners doing the dance."
The in-betweeners,
People have started montaging it together now. I've got a clip of it and all where it's just your man doing the dance and Odegaard going like that, man. It was pathetic. But yeah, 1 for Zubimendi. That was a terrible performance.
Terrible, absolutely
but
terrible.
Not surprising.
Yeah, 100%. Declan Rice. He dropped out. Well, at one moment I saw him on the floor. He was doing this. He was trying to breathe. He lost breath. He just can't. He's out of steam. It's crazy how many games this guy wants to play him, and the amount of and considering someone that talks about schedule. You
never stop talking about it.
You know what I'm saying? You talk about schedule a lot, but you're not really moving. You're not rotating this team to fit this schedule. Do you know what I'm saying? To play around this schedule. Because you know how many games we have. This is Arsenal Football Club. You're going to play Champions League. You're going to play Carabao Cup. You're going to play FA Cup to a certain point, and you're going to play the Premier League. You know that before the season starts. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, you know, Declan, man. Declan, hard worker, bro. Declan, I like Declan. 5 5, I guess.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
For me with Declan, the thing is, he didn't do anything good, as in with the ball. Right? He didn't
But
do anything
nothing
good
wrong.
with the ball. He worked hard, really, really hard. But because he's injured, for one, they can say he's injured. He went off injured 3 days beforehand while he already had his foot bandaged up. He's injured, and he's been injured for a long, long time, right? Because he was injured, because he was clearly absolutely shattered from the word go, he was tired through that match. And because he had fucking Zubimendi and Odegaard beside him against a midfield that are a fantastic midfield at moving the ball quickly, I'd actually got to give him a 7.5 for just because of everything. Everything was stacked up against him: his fitness, his injuries, and he was beside 2 absolute gimps who keep giving the ball away, who can't win tackles. He really was like, being thrown into a Sunday League team and being asked to go compete against the Premier League team, and you're the only good player. Like, it really, like, I felt so sorry for him. And then he's just getting bollocked, and keep going.
Yeah, and that's the Villa players can play football. Like, they're gonna make you like hell.
When he apparently now there's footage of him. I don't know if it's footage or if it's just been said that after the second goal he fucking tore into Odegaard, which I'm glad if he did. Right?
Oh, did he?
He's getting sick of it. You can see he's getting sick of it. He's up and down the pitch. He's doing fucking everything, and Odegaard is wiping snot and losing the ball and collapsing to the ground, and Zubimendi's going missing, and he's been there, and then they go, "Oh, look at the interview you did recently when they talked about Zubimendi," and Royce, Zubimendi's a great player. I knew it as soon as he came. What is it? The way they take these interviews, Rashid, as a given. What is he going to say when he gets a microphone stuck in his face by TNT, and they go, "What do you think of the new signing?" "Oh man, I'm so tired of chasing around after this guy. He's fucking shit." He's not going to say that. He's going to say,
obviously,
oh, he's brilliant. I mean, come on, man. But yeah, no, because of what he had to do. He wasn't great. He wasn't even very good. But without him, we would have got hammered. We would have smashed. Yeah,
it would have been way more than 2. Way more than 2.
So I have to give him 7.5 for that because.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put him ahead of Raya. I'll put him ahead of Raya. I did have Raya before, but now that I'm thinking about it, because he had to do everything. Imagine being beside Odegaard and Zubimendi against.
No, I can imagine it.
While you're already injured and knackered, by the way, going into the match. So I'll give him a 7.5 because it's Deckers and he did everything he could to try and stop it, but.
Nah, fair enough. AFC always is saying Curtis Shaw showed the clip of Safeguard leading up towards Villa winning goal.
Yeah,
Safeguard's an absolute disgrace. Strip him off the armband. I don't know what he brings. I really don't know what he brings, man, to this team. Footy Matters is saying, but the way Arsenal players reacted to the defeat to Villa and draw to Sunderland speaks a lot. Mentality super fragile.
Thank you. Because people are using this as a way to big them up, Rashid, because they were banging the ground and all and flipping around like fucking salmons out of water. That's not a good reaction, by the way. That's not a good reaction. That's a reaction of a sore loser. Sorry to cut across you. And I'm just brilliant from Footy Man to put it in, because people are using that to big them up when it should be used to show.
And you shouldn't be, Shane, don't you think you shouldn't be that worried? Because there's a lot of games to come and you've got 2 points. If you believe in yourself, of course. Because I've seen Man City lose before.
Remember Gallus did it against Birmingham.
Oh man!
Remember?
Yeah.
And now they're promoting it. Like, it's a good thing. These are the same fans that bollocked Gallus for doing it. Sorry again to cut across you. I'm passionate about this because I hate the fucking media spin to make everything great. But sorry, you were saying. Sorry.
No. Go with it. Go on with it, Shane.
No. That's just.
That's because.
No, when Gallus did it, when Gallus banged the ground and
everybody was onto that. Yeah.
That's when we lost the league. When our whole team does it, and they were even more animated.
Now it's passion.
It's suddenly a great.
It's passion.
But they're even saying when they're laughing and training. When they're laughing and training, oh, what a family. That's what they wanted Emery sacked for. They wanted Emery sacked because the players were laughing and training. Now when they're laughing and training, oh, we're a family. And Arteta's roughhousing with them and jumping on their back. They're fucking hypocrites, man. I'm sick of it.
Oh, man, it's crazy. Big up Lynch as well, man. Shane is on fire today, but yeah, that's the story, man. I just feel like you shouldn't be that worried. I've seen City lose before. When they used to be City, and yeah, you do get upset. Don't get me wrong. You put your head down, you start walking, cool, whatever. But it's not like you lost the game and City are above you, and we've got like 3 games to go. And do you know what I'm saying? You need to believe in yourself way more than that, in my opinion. Of course, in my opinion, you need to believe in yourself way more than that. But now, speaking of believing in yourself, does Odegaard believe in himself? Does this guy believe when he goes onto that pitch that he's doing something to help the team? What is he helping the team? Like, can anybody here please tell me, what does he do? What does he do? If you say keeps the ball ticking, I will lose my shit. Because you know how many players you can find that can keep the ball ticking? A lot.
Why a dozen?
A lot. I'm sorry, it's just not good enough. How much does he get? How much does he get again? Like the amount, 150?
240. I think he gets
240, sorry.
I think he gets a 60 or 70 grand a week bonus for pass completion. No wonder he keeps passing it sideways and backwards.
Not even an assist. Not even an assist.
No, just pass completion percentage. So that's why he just gives little sideways passes all the time. That's part of it. And you know what, Joe? You said it's great that you say that keeps the ball moving or keeps the game ticking. Barry Bannon does that for Sheffield Wednesday. But I don't want Barry Bannon in my Arsenal team. You know what I mean? He's able to do it at that level. Joe Allen did that for Swansea. Look what happened when he went to Liverpool. It just, like you said, these players are a dime a dozen. Because Odegaard actually snapped off a couple of shots, which he never normally does.
And they were in the middle as well, may I add?
I'll give him a 2. I'll give him a 2 for that. And I'm being nice giving him a 2. Yeah, the pass percentage completion bonus, apparently.
Absolute madness. That's why he keeps it ticking. That's why he keeps it ticking. That's why it's side to side. That's more money.
Assist or goal bonus as well. That's why he's shooting all the fucking time.
What he matters is saying at the best he is an 8, not a modern 10 in any way, shape, or form. Nor is he a traditional 10. Nope. You know who's a traditional 10? Shirky. Go watch him. He is in an identity crisis due to super duper Mick Arteta. Bro, listen, traditional 10, there's Shirky. That's a traditional 10. Listen to me, man. Do you see what he saw that Rabona assist?
Yeah.
Crazy. I love it. Sorry?
Wanyeri's a traditional 10 if you let him play it.
Yeah. Oh, but he's young. He's learning.
If he was at City, he'd be balling out, man.
Facts, man. Max Stauman will be balling out those 20 minutes. You know, like those little 20 minutes here and there. Do you know what I'm saying? With Pep, you're going to ball out sooner or later. Pep only has... Do you know what Pep has? You know when he buys a player? And do you remember when you said it last week? I think it was. It takes a bit of like maybe 6 months, 1 year for them to kind of like gel into the team. Yeah. And then you'll see. Then you'll see that player.
Look at Docker. Look what he did with Foden, Rashid. Foden got too big for his boots last season. Thought he was something he wasn't. Fucked him off on the bench. Made him a bit part player for a whole year. You think you're bigger than the team, mate? Then you're right. Now's your chance this season. And Foden is balling out, man. Balling out because he dropped them. And he said, you better start booking up your ideas, mate, or I'll fuck you off. Nobody's bigger than the club. When this manager buys a player and it's his player, he'll ride it till the wheels come off or until they snap their Achilles or something like that. You know what I mean? Pep will just say, no, listen, man, you're not cutting it for me. You're out. Sorry, I made a mistake. I wasn't right to sign you. You're not good enough. Grealish, you're gone. You know what I mean? That takes balls. Did Pep worry about people going, oh, he spent 100 million on Grealish and he didn't get the best out of him? He decided to give a shit. Get rid of him. I'm a big man. I can take it. I can take it on the chin. I'm a big man. You know, not, oh, guys, I will make sure that one day Kai succeeds so I look like a genius. This guy makes everything about himself. Pep doesn't. That's the difference.
Do you know what is with Pep?
Sorry again, but what people were saying about Arsenal look tired against Villa. Oh, they just look tired. And we play every 2.5 days, guys. We play every 3 days, guys.
Yeah.
Every team in Europe, you said it, every team that's in Europe. So there's 9 English teams, I think, in Europe. So they all play every 3 days. Crystal Palace, Villa, Chelsea.
Villa, everybody. City, Liverpool.
But the City, did you watch the City Spurs? You obviously watched the City Sunderland game. You saw Cherky's Rabona.
Man.
Right?
Oh, man.
But the City players look tired to you.
No.
They look tired. They look full of beans, man, because they're being rotated properly. They played the exact same amount of games.
Facts.
They just haven't played the same amount of minutes.
That's it is where it is with these fans. It is where it is. They'll learn at the end of the season. They'll learn. Arteta takes these arrogant decisions because he knows he is immune to criticism from the fans, and he won't be sacked by the owners because this league rewards failure, finishing top 4 as much as winning. They will tell you. Do you know what they'll say at the end of the season? Yeah, context. Do you remember, Shane, when I told you I've got £500? That is hard-earned money. I would put that this team wouldn't win the league even before Aston Villa. It's not today. Even before Aston Villa. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't say he wouldn't get second place. I didn't say he would lose it to 1 point.
He's not a winner.
You will just not win it. Do you know what I'm saying, Shane?
Yep.
That's the way it is. No matter how long it goes, whatever you 22 games, 30 games winning streak, it does not matter. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. When it comes to crunch time, you'll see. But we're moving on. Saka. Let's go Saka first. Man, listen, this is the thing. Like, every time I talk about Saka, I always feel some type of like, people say, oh, but you're hating, oh, but you're picking on him, oh, but bro, I don't understand. When was Saka ever world class? I don't understand. What year was it? People would say the year that he got 15 goals, right?
No, that's not world class. In nobody's book is that world class.
Thank you. Yesterday, I was talking to the team. Yesterday, it was me, North, and Carefree Lewis, and he was like, Esteval or Saka. I was like, listen, bro, I'm going to tell you the truth. As a footballer, touch, the way you run with the ball, the way you take on players, I'll be honest. Yes, maybe not now. He's not better. Not now.
Yeah.
But as a footballer, I can see something in that guy. With Saka, when I'm watching him, Shane, I know what he's going to do. You know what he's going to... Everybody knows what he's going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it all doesn't work out, and especially now, by the way, Saka's starting to hear a lot of people talk, because it used to be just a few of us, and now it's getting more and more, especially when that GA came out. You know, that whole year GA where he got two assists. Saka's starting to like, it's getting to him. He's panicking on the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? He's trying to take more shots, and they're unnecessary shots, because if he crosses the ball, if he looks the other way, or if he passes the ball, it's a goal. But he takes that shot because he's under pressure now. He needs that GA, because you're either two players. You're either a player, or three. You know what I'm saying? So world class is GA plus on the eye.
Yeah.
And then that's world class. That's it. That's a Lamine Yamal. Do you know what I'm saying? That's Pedri. There's them players. There's a lot of players out there. Harry Kane, you know, them kind of players. And then you've got good in the eye. And then you've got GA. You have to be one of these players to be in the conversation. And he's looking for the GA. He wants his GA to go up, Shane. That's what he's on. And it's costing us. It's costing us chances and points. And don't forget, we don't even create a lot of chances for you to take those chances and miss.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? We only have like 4-3 good chances. Do you know what I'm saying? Good. I don't know. What's your thoughts on Saka, man?
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you. And again, I feel sorry for him, because this guy's ruining him. He broke him again. He broke another player, because look, I put up a short about it saying, and I've said it millions of times, that he doesn't have that burst of pace anymore. And they go, oh, well, he's never been a pacey player. He's never been a pacey player. And I said, number one, that's a load of bollocks. But number two, a burst of pace is completely different to being pacey. A burst of pace is certain players have it. They can shift on the inside. Yamal has it. Yamal's not lightning quick, by the way. He's not lightning quick. But when he shifts inside, he can move that 5 yards lightning quick. Messi had a burst of pace. He's not the quickest player. Do you get Messi in a foot race? A lot of players would beat him. But when he shifts inside, he'll leave you for dead, right? And that's what Saka had. And that's your hamstring. That is the main part of that movement of shifting inside. The hips go down, you shift inside. He can't do it the same as he used to, and he's getting frustrated now, so he's shooting from silly angles. Yeah, you know what I mean? He can't do it, and even if he was being greedy 3 years ago when he could still do it, he would be getting his goals and assists up, because he'd be able to do what he wants to do. So now he's got it's a double whammy, because he's trying to be more greedy than he was, and he can't even do what he used to do. So when you said the thing about Esteval, I think at 18, Saka was better than Esteval is now, but I would take Esteval because he hasn't been ruined yet. Because this is the highest Saka's ever going to get to. Esteval has the potential to go higher. Saka ain't ever getting higher than this. He'll have matches where he scores a brace, cuts inside, slams the top corner, and you go, yes, he's back. But then he will go 5 or 6 games where he can't do it anymore. And as Johan says, it's really sad. It is sad. I love Saka. I love him. But you can't be sentimental as a fan. You can be a little bit, and you can go, I love this guy. I wish him well. It's why I wanted Ethan to leave. It would have broke my heart, but for him, I wanted him to leave. But well, go on, son. You go show what you can fucking do. Maybe give us a buyback clause or something, because I know how good you are. But with Saka, it's really sad. But we have to think about the team. And even, I know you think the Mad Wakey thing, and I think, I'd have Mad Wakey ahead of him now. I don't think Mad Wakey's the answer, but it's a better answer than playing Saka. Saka's all over the place. But because of the Rice thing, because of effort the other day, I'll give him a 4, a generous 4, a very generous 4.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give him lower than that. But yeah, they got Eze. Barely touched the ball. Did you see Eze touch the ball today? Yeah.
He slipped. He had one where he's out the wing and he didn't look up and he tried to do a trick before passing and he slipped because he could have just passed a simple pass.
He did a little shimmy and then I think he gave the ball with like a back heel or something like that. And then is that the one we're talking about, or is that a different one?
The one where he slipped. But I will give him credit for, by the way, was he came in at the back post. Remember, he scored and it was disallowed because Saka was offside.
Yes.
Even though that was disallowed, at the time I said I'll give him credit because Trossard and Martinelli never make that run. They never make that run where they just stay outside.
Which is crazy, by the way. Not to cut you up, but which is crazy because Martinelli's got the pace.
Yeah. But they never make that run. They stay outside the box, and it's infuriating because many times have we, as Saka back in the day, cut down on the inside and slapped it across the goal, and nobody's there. And then many times the commentator said, "Oh, there's nobody there to tap it in. Nobody." Raheem Sterling made a career out of it. He made a career out of coming into back post like that and tapping it in.
You remember De Bruyne? Yeah, he did.
Exactly.
He did
all the time, right? So I will give him credit for that, for having. But again, like you said, that's football intelligence. That was just natural to him, even though he's out of position. But because he was out of position, I'm not even going to have any sympathy for him. The goal was coming, by the way. They did the exact same move, and Matty Cash hit it off Declan Rice's ribs when he blocked it. Same move. They did it again. But I'm not blaming Eze on that. I'm blaming the manager because how did he not see that happen? He never stops on the sideline. Why didn't he say, "Here, Eberiche, they're going to do that again. Don't let it happen"? He clearly didn't because he wouldn't. Eze would have been.
Because it happened before, innit? There was a chance before.
Exact same move.
Yeah, exact same move.
Same player and everything, and then they fell for it again.
But so, Shane, do you think like me? Not to cut you off, but like, do you think like me where Eze shouldn't even be in that position to try to hold down Cash?
What about Calafiori? He wasn't even looking. He's the left back. He wasn't even looking, and they're blaming Eze. Hooked him straight away, man. Odegaard's giving the ball away all game, and he couldn't wait to get him off.
Facts.
Couldn't wait to get him off the pitch. But I'll give him a 3, and that's being generous again.
100%. I agree with that one. 3. The guy that I kind of I was one of the people that was very I was praising Mikel Moreno. Do you know what I'm saying? I was praising him last game. And
were you saying Ballon d'Or though, like Moneypenny and all? They were saying it seriously. They were saying it with chest.
I heard someone is that creating that. It's him, innit?
No. It was your man Moneypenny. Moneypenny said, "Oh yeah, he should be up for Ballon d'Or."
Oh, he's in the conversation though. He might be in the conversation though. There's a world that exists. Is that the one? There's a world that exists.
Is there really a world that exists?
That does not work. There's no parallel world. It does not exist. You know what I'm saying? Aliens don't exist, okay? No. They don't exist. Man, in no world Marino's going to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
In no world. I'll go as far as saying if he does be in the conversation, I swear to God that I would never watch Ballon d'Or again, ever again. Yeah, no.
Just ever. I'll give up on football fully.
But I was praising. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, straight away.
Finished with me.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's already a conversation about Ballon d'Or, but we don't want to get into that because that's going to be like for hours. But I was praiseful. I did praise Marino last game. I loved his movement for the goal. You know, the header, that was great movement. Striker kind of movement. Yeah. I liked his little link up and whatnot, but I agree. I think that if you're gonna play Eze in the if you're gonna play Eze as a left wing, so now we've got 2 players that want the ball to the feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 2 players that can't run in behind the team, can't run in behind the defense, don't have pace. There's nobody for Marino to feed off of. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, who is he gonna play the 1-2 with? Who is he gonna be the target man for? Who's he gonna be that for who? For all the false 9? For who? They're both. I don't know, inside forwards that want the ball to feet. Do you know what I'm saying? If we had Martinelli on the left, I'll be like, fair enough. Maybe, you know, Marino can flick it on. Do you know what I'm saying, to Martinelli? Martinelli can run in behind the defense because Aston Villa press, innit? Aston Villa they're kind of team that will press you. Do you get me? They wouldn't go as low as other teams. So, or Trossard, maybe even Trossard can run in behind defenses. Do you know what I'm saying? Eze can't, and Saka can't. So when I saw Eze on the left, I was like, no, I want Gyökeres now. You get it?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Did he touch the ball? Like I said, I asked you before on Lee's show. What was it? Once
a shitty true pass where he completely overhit it. He completely overhit that true pass for Saka, I think, early in the match, and then he just collapsed to the ground like he does. That's what he does. He collapses to the ground for every touch. The thing with him is that, like you said, he's dropping into midfield. Eze's dropping into midfield. There's nobody to play off him. But we were playing a team with the highest line in the league, and Arteta didn't think to put pace on the wings and up front. Why wouldn't you start Martinelli and Gyökeres against a team that plays the highest line in the league and just flick it through and let him be go? Like, it's like anybody, even a kid playing Football Manager would go, oh, do you know what? I'm playing a high line. I'll put the 2 pacey players on.
I would have took off the players straight away and played him, Shane. Not to cut you off, but like he was playing Martinelli against the low block.
Yeah.
Expect Martinelli to create against the low block. That's when you need Eze. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
He does it the wrong way around every time.
That's how I know.
He played Martinelli against Brentford and Eze against Villa.
Yes. He's playing Martinelli that cannot play, that can't create in small spaces. Do you know what I'm saying? And he played him.
Basic tactics, Rashid, like the most basic of tactics. Oh, high line, lots of space. Use a bit of pace. Can't do it. It's actually it boggles the mind, really. Like
simple. Long ball, Moreno flick on, Martinelli run, goal. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Or chance, or dangerous chance. Do you know what I'm saying? It's madness, absolute madness, bro. But Trossard, just a little bonus. Trossard, what do you think, Trossard? I mean, he played what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30?
I think he played 30. But because listen, he has to get a 7. He came on, he got the goal. He didn't do anything else. And he was injured. Well, getting subbed on injured, but makes sense for a player that we were thinking about getting rid of in the summer. But I'll give him a 7 for the goal. You know what I mean? If we had got the draw out of it, which is that's not his fault. And then he couldn't really track back. And I'll give him a 7.5 with Rice because he got the goal and because he was thrown on by a manager who should have known better. He shouldn't even have been on the bench. He's injured. So I'll give him a 7.5 for the goal. So they've got higher ratings than I thought. So Raya got a 7 and Rice got a 7.5 and Trossard got a 7.5. There was nobody else over a 5, but I was being generous with a lot of them, I'm being honest.
No, 100%. 100%. Arteta, 0.
Minus fucking 10. The guy's a coward.
For being a coward, I swear.
Useless manager. Like, he has nothing about him. Nothing about him. He didn't change the formation. He didn't change the tactics. He didn't roll with the punches. He subbed on an injured player. He started an injured player. He didn't realize that Zubimendi was getting overrun. Not at all. Like, Emery wrapped him around his finger and it wasn't even hard for him to do. And of course, he did the same thing. We equalised and he said, right, sit back, let's play for the draw. Let's let them back into it when we have them on the ropes. It's unforgivable. This guy, and he's gotten away with it a few times this season. He got away with it against Palace.
Yeah.
He got away with it to an extent against Sunderland that it was only a draw. You know what I mean? He over and over again. Over and over again. He makes the same mistakes. If it wasn't for the set pieces. You know, this is the thing. I'm like that guy. I don't know if you watch Dexter, but I'm like that Officer Dokes, that officer that was on Dexter's case. People anybody that watched Dexter would understand me. You just can't prove it. Do you know what I'm saying? There were so many games that this guy has done the similar mistakes, went in with the similar mindset, same plan A, and it just worked. Do you know what I'm saying? It just worked and went his way. And all of a sudden, and you know him, he's good. He's a good talker. You know, he's PR proven, but PR trained, and he knows how to flip anything and make it sound like he's some genius. He does some genius. You've just named 7 rookie mistakes. 7. Yeah.
Rookie.
Yeah. Without even thinking about it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Not even deep in it. But that's what you get, man. That's what you get.
Oh, shit, hell.
Man, I swear to God. Shane, have you, obviously we do have PTSD, me and you, but now is it like even more than it was? Or did you have a moment where you were like, I believe in maybe this team can go on and do it this season?
No, in the lead up to the Chelsea game, I said if he does it the right way and beats them and the right way, I will allow myself to finally believe that we are in a title race.
Okay.
That's as far as I would go. People say that's crazy, but that's how I feel. After that Chelsea game, after the Brentford game, we won 2-0, but it was terrible. And definitely after this game, it's not, these games have just opened my eyes. It's just made me remember how bad he is. That's it. That's all it's done. It's just give me a little poking on. Remember how shitty he is? And you go, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forgot there for a second how shitty he is. Now, I gave him credit for the Bayern thing, but I always kept saying, while I was saying that every guy, everything right, or most things right in that game, blah, 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 a lot of it was Bayern played into our hands. And that's when we hammer teams, when they play into our hands. It's the only time. He's never masterminded a result like that. Emery masterminded that result. He didn't have to try very hard, to be honest with you. But he
could have went more power. He could have put more power on that machine. Yeah, he could have put more power.
Yeah, but yeah, no, look, I've said it already, and Creatine and Sutcliffe and all were snickering at me when I said end of the Christmas period. Now, I included January in that. Christmas period to me is December, January. It's the start of December to the end of January. But I even think maybe even by Christmas. But I will say Christmas period, that City will be ahead of us, and we won't catch them after that at any point. It'll be over.
Mad. Is it?
That for me, that's the way I think it'll go. Yeah.
Do you know how I see it, Shane? I feel like going through the Christmas period, if we're adding January, you know what? I can maybe see your way, but I think we'll just edge it. We'll just edge it by 1 point, or we'll be first place. And but Man City will be very close. You remember we had this conversation, I think 3 weeks ago or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll be a bit close, too close. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think in the end, we won't win it. We won't win the league. Let me
rephrase that. If they beat Palace at the weekend, right? Because that's a tough game. Now, I'm only thinking about that's a tough day because they could slip up there and we'll probably beat Wolves. I don't think they'll slip. They could, and it could go back to 4-5 points. So I will definitely still by the end of January. I think they'll be ahead of us. No, even if they don't beat Palace, I think they'll be ahead of us come the end of January. Even if they don't. Yeah, even if they don't.
I'll rate that. We'll keep that in mind. We have to go.
Everton away coming up, Villa again before Christmas.
Yeah, 100%, man. But I feel like just that. Obviously, Saliba and Gabriel are out. When they're back, the set pieces come.
Saliba's back. Someone's saying he's back in the chat.
Is Saliba back? Anybody in the chat?
If he is back this week or he's back in 3 weeks, no matter what the date, it's sooner than he should be. We don't know this was a knock in training, by the way. Absolute lying bastard.
They fired the masseuse though, Shane. What do you think?
Yeah, we're okay now. The masseuse is gone. So.
He had his own business going. I heard one of the top gooners there. Like, do you hear about that one? Do you hear about that one?
Yeah.
He had his own business. Is mad. I can't lie. Oh my days. Anything not to blame Arteta. I don't understand. Nixon is saying apparently it was the first defeat in 18 games. Listen, man, don't listen to these. They'll always you can spin anything in this world. Do you know what I'm saying? You can spin anything. You can look at anything and spin it your way. Do you know what I'm saying? The way I see it is it was 7 points, now it's 2. That's what I see. That's what I see. Yeah. I want us to focus on the Premier League. And I feel like that's the only thing we should be focusing on. But and the Champions League, because obviously we have the team to do so, right? Yeah. I mean, why are we talking about injuries a lot? Why are we talking about Saliba and Gabriel a lot? Do you know what I'm saying? Mosquera as well. AFTV just put out half of our backline are out. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Imagine that. Listen, AFTV, you told us that we had first of all, we had a 10 out of 10 window. Mm-hmm. So you can't say that we didn't go out there and buy players. And secondly, you said that we have the best team in the world, the best squad in the world. Everybody was saying that we had the best squad and we're gonna beat every team. We're gonna be blitzing teams. Doesn't matter who's available or not. Now injuries won't affect us like it affected us last season. So all that bullshit about unprecedented circumstances, you can't say that no more. Just can't. Mm-hmm. You just can't. If we as fans can predict what is going on, imagine what professional managers can. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Say it all the time. All the time.
That's the thing.
They know what
That's
team
the
he's
thing.
going to pick. They know what tactics he's going to play.
Shane, I think other managers have not mastered the set piece. So they've mastered him from open play. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's easy.
As in they can go head to head with him open play, even with weaker players. But it's the set pieces that fuck up the whole. Do you agree with me on this one?
Yeah.
Fuck
And
up
I
the
don't know
whole
why
plan.
more teams aren't doing the pushing 3 players forward thing. That does us in. I don't know why more teams aren't doing that from a set piece when we have a corner. Leave 3 players forward and make us have to mark them. Because it's not our height so much that's doing it from the set pieces, it's the crowd and the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
that's what it is. When teams leave the 3 up front, we haven't scored from 1 minute. I don't know why every team's not doing that. It boggles the mind actually that they're not doing it. Because we have to leave 3 players on them. We have to leave 3 players on them. And
I really don't understand. And I'm talking about when Gabriel is available, obviously, and Saliba's available. I'm talking about when them 2 are available, or one of them is available. I mean, it is where it is. They're gonna find it out. He's gonna get found out at some point. Do you know what I'm saying? And then these men will find a way to protect him, to find a way to defend him, and we just go on from there. Okay, we'll just have to go on from there. Big up Ejub for the super chat. Big up to you, my friend. Big up. Saliba will feature against Club Brugge. Let's talk about a little bit about Club Brugge and wrap this up. Shane, how would you go against Club Brugge? I mean, I'd rotate. I'd rotate a lot of players. I'll try to protect our players as much as we can, anywhere we can. Do you know what I'm saying? We have fragile players that have been injured before. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're already injured. They've already been injured, and they're already very it's very risky to play certain players, and we know them. But this manager won't listen, Shane. He would play a strong team against Bruges just to get that first place in Champions League, right? Is that what it is? First place in Champions League?
Yeah, he's obsessed with that because it'll keep him in a job, or it'll keep the top gunners on his side because they can use that as an excuse at the end of the season if we don't win anything. Well, he got top in the Champions League. He's doing something right. He'll rest Royce. I'm nearly certain he'll rest Royce because of the heat he's getting. So I think he'll rest him, and I think he'll even rest Saka because of the heat he's getting. If he brings Saliba back, he's a lunatic, by the way. I mean, why? Even if he is fit again, just don't risk him. Bring him off the bench against Wolves. We don't even need to start against Wolves. Bring him off the bench against Wolves. Give him another week. Yeah, and then he has a week then with no midweek match after that. But I think he'll rest Royce. And when I say rest, he'll probably still put him on the bench and bring him on, where he should just be leaving him at home. But then if he does that, it'll mean that he's admitting that the chaps run into the ground. So I think he'll bring him, make him warm up, make him train, and bring him off the bench. I think he'll rest Saka as well. I think he might start Gyökeres. I think he might start Martinelli. I think he'll start Eze in the middle to prove that he's still going to play him in the middle. And I think that'll be it then. But for me, I'd go obviously Kepa. I'd go Ben White. I wouldn't play Saliba or Timber. I'd go Calafiori and Hincapié in the middle because Calafiori's suspended for Wolves, so he may well play. So that way you can play Lewis Skelly at left back. I'd play Norgard, may as well, and then that way you can play 2 attacking midfielders. That way you can still play Odegaard and you can play Eze in the middle, and then I'd go Madueke out the left. I don't like him out there, but just so I can put Nwaneri at the right. Yeah. And I'd go Nwaneri at the right and Gyökeres up front. Now I don't think he'll go that many changes, but we should still be smashing them with that team. You know what I mean? Still should be smashing them with that team, and you're getting players into you're getting players a bit of fitness, and you're giving rest to players. But I think he'll play Gyökeres, and I think he'll rest Royce, Saka, and that'll be it. I'd say out of the ones he'll rest.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's pointless speaking about this manager when it comes to rotating certain players in against certain teams, and it just baffles me why would he risk these players? Why does he not see the long run? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why can't you see the long run? I mean, even
prove a point. He's trying to prove a point.
When
someone tells him not to do something,
insecure,
narcissist. If someone says something won't work, he'll double down on it.
Yeah,
to prove that he's right. Because a universe to him can't exist where he's not right.
Yeah. It is where it is, right? It is where it is. But people, Shane, thank you every time for being here. What a conversation, man. I don't even know how the time flies. Where can we find you?
Yeah, obviously Shane
Yeah.
Gooner. I will be live tomorrow morning for the full Irish, as always. And obviously in and about. I'm on actually Aaron's tonight at 9:30 for the OGs with Normski and the Legends DJB. But yeah, tomorrow morning I'll be back then. We'll be going through the Matrix and how it's really stepping up into gear. We'll be covering Canton, and we'll be having a little cheeky look at Saint Nick as well. He likes to put a microscope on everybody else. We'll do it to him. See how he likes it. So yeah, action packed tomorrow, man. Action packed.
Big up. Of course, big up Aaron, big up Normski as well, big up DJB Legends. Thank you for being here again, Shane. Big up to the chat
Always,
as
man.
well. You know, legends in the chat. Big up to every one of you that been locked in since the start. Anybody that came and went, and big up to everyone that showed love in general. And we're out, people. I think who's live? Lee Gunner's live.
There you
Big
go.
up to him.
Captain.
Yeah, let's go raid Lee Gunner, man. Rashid and Shane, raid on the way, people, please. And yeah, like and subscribe, of course. That goes without saying. And we're out, people. Love.